You are listening to the Global Psychosis Network.
Damn, we we're already 50 minutes now into this podcast, and I thought I'd have drank more by now, but very disappointed in myself.
I wasn't buzzing up for this podcast. I should have like 8 shots, not 4 or whatever. By this point, that's what I need to have. I need a chart for my shot taking, during the fucking podcast, each podcast.
So what you're trying to say is you need to be 1 shot away from a police car ride home. That's what you're trying to say.
Yeah, just start having it like 12 minutes shot, have a shot schedule or something like that so that there's no silence, so you have that shit all fucking squared away.
Yeah, shots, dude. Shots actually sound like a good idea right now.
Yep. You wouldn't have to talk me into one.
Johnny, I don't know if it was, I can't remember if it was Johnny Walker Red Label or Johnny Walker Black Label. It's probably the cheaper one. Is that Black Label?
What?
The Johnny Walkers? Is the Johnny Walker Red Label or Black Label?
I think Black's like the next step up.
Oh, step up. So Red Label's the cheapest one.
I think Red Label's the
cheapest. Maybe it was Red Label then. The first time I ever got drunk was from Johnny Walker. I'm assuming Red Label. And just because I was, sneaking beers and shit with a couple buddies, like 8th grade. And we're like chugging beers, like, do you feel anything? I kinda do. Like you're on your second Coors Light and we're expecting to be fucking shit-faced, Yeah. And, my cousin who's like 7 years older than me comes home, or comes to her hanging out, like just shows up there and shit. Like, what are you faggots doing? Like fucking like Todd from Beavis and Butthead and shit, And we're like, oh, hey, what's up, Barry? What's going on, dude? We're just trying to get some beer. Trying to act like we're cool guys and shit. And he's like, you guys are pussies, dude. That's not fucking booze. This is booze. And he fucking busts out the fucking bottle of Johnny Walker. And I'm like, dude, that ain't shit. I'll fucking drink that too, man. So he's like, you can't handle this shit. I'm like, dude, I'll drink that. I've already had probably 3 beers, so I'm like a little buzzed and shit, thinking I can handle my booze.
Yeah.
So he's like, all right, man, you want some? Take it. So I grabbed the fucking bottle. I'm thinking it's like gonna be nothing, just like beer and shit. So I started chugging it. And I was already buzzed enough where it tasted like water, So I wasn't like, oh, gross, Yeah. So I just started chugging it, and then he fucking like grabs a bottle, like, dude, what the fuck? Like, you can't be drink all my fucking booze, dude. And I'm like, oh man, yeah, that shit ain't shit,
Yeah.
And I try to like play it off, So then fucking within like 2 minutes, like I'm gonna take a piss, and I go to take a piss in the backyard, and all of a sudden it just fucking hits me, bam! I'm just like fucking spinning now. So I'm like, oh fuck. So instead of just like what a normal drunk would do, it would be puke right where you're pissing at. Yeah. What do? I gotta be a gentleman, shake my dick, zip up my pants, and then walk all the way to the opposite side where the bathroom is at. I don't know what the fuck I was thinking, but I get to like halfway to where the bathroom's at, and there's like, I'm in the kitchen now, and there's a trash can right there, and I'm like, I'm not gonna make it. So I take like 2 steps, and I puke right next to the trash can, and it gets all over the floor. Luckily, it was mostly booze, so it wasn't like some nasty fucking pile of fucking pizza and shit,
Yeah.
But my grandma comes out like, are you drunk? And I'm like, oh, I ate something bad at school. And it totally reeked like booze.
Yeah.
But
totally believable, though,
But I remember I fucking stumbled after that. I stumbled to the bedroom, fucking fell on the bed face first. Room spinning still. I'm like dry heaving over the side of the bed, like thinking this is the worst fucking time ever. And then, like, probably, 10 minutes later, keep in mind I had, 3 or 4 buddies there, all 8th graders, fucking hanging out, still drinking beers and shit. Like, where'd James go,
Yeah.
And, fucking, my grandma's going out there now, like, you guys have to leave, And, they're probably, trying to hide some beer cans, or maybe they even saw them, I don't even know at this point. But, 10 minutes later, my cousin comes in, and I, look up and shit, and, the room's still kind of spinning. And he's like, you're so fucked, dude. You're so fucked. And he's smoking a cigarette and sipping on his drink and shit, and just closes the door. I'm just like, fuck, dude. But yeah, that was my experience with Johnny Walker, and here I am today, drinking it like ain't no thing. So
yeah, I need a shot.
Yeah, let's do the shot thing here before we wrap it up.
Yeah. Just think to be 15 again would be the worst thing ever,
The only thing, I would hate to be a teenager again, just because I felt like I was a fucking idiot. But the one saving grace about being a fucking teenager, I think, in this day and age is that you have a fucking cell phone. You could be like, you know, back in the day, you had to fucking try to fucking hit on girls, dude. Like, oh shit, here's that one moment in between second and third period. You know, say something cool. You know.
Yeah. Now it's just like,
can I get your aim?
Yeah. Hey.
Or can I get your Facebook? And you just like text each other in class and shit.
Yeah. Makes stalking way easier.
Way easier, dude.
Yeah.
And then not only that, but the chicks that are sluts will be taking photos of themselves naked and shit and fucking pass them around. Be like trading cards and shit. Oh, dude, I'll trade you Brittany Blair for this chick and shit, you know? But, yeah, technology is definitely your friend if you're a teenager in this day and age trying to get some pussy, but...
Yeah, it's fucked up. I was talking to one of the guys I work with, and he's like, dude, if I have a kid, I want to let that motherfucker have a phone until he was, like, in high school. And I was like, what brings up that thought? And he's like, oh, my brother's 9, and he has a fucking iPhone, and all of his little friends have iPhones, and they all text each other, and he's like texting girls and shit. He's like, what the fuck do you text about when you're 9 years old? You know, like, oh, did you watch fucking Pokemon? Like, what the fuck do you talk about? Like, what's so fucking important that you need an iPhone with minutes and texting and all this bullshit? I mean, it just seems so asinine to me. Because, like, growing up, it was like, oh, you want to talk to your friend on the phone? Yeah, you have 5 minutes, you know, or whatever. Like, everything was so heavily regulated. Now it's like, phone, who gives a shit, you know? You have a cell phone, you just talk to your friends at night or on weekends or whatever. It doesn't fucking matter. Text messages, you know, they don't charge shit for that anymore because that's not how you make money with when you do the cell phone shit, you know? It's so fucking different. Like, yeah, I remember, like, back in the day, like, trying to, like, fuck girls in high school and having to call them on the house phone, you know? And then, like, always being afraid that I'm going to be, like, talking to this chick, like, setting something up, and then, like, my dad's going to pick up the phone and be like, hey, can you have the phone? I have to call, like, so-and-so, you know? And just being like, fuck.
Evan, are you on the phone? Your grandma needs to use the phone. Get off the phone.
Yeah, exactly. like, shit was so different. It's so fucked up how fast everything's accelerated. Like, their kids, you know, back in the day it was like, oh, I need to have my private line or some bullshit like that. Now it's like, who the fuck even has a house phone anymore? Here, kid, here's a fucking cell phone, whatever.
Yeah, landline, dude, that shit's gonna be extinct, or it should be already if it isn't.
Yeah.
I remember the phone, dude. That was like the biggest thing with girls. If you ever fucking got a girlfriend like in middle school, like, oh, we gotta talk on the phone.
Yeah.
I used to fucking dread that shit. I'm like, man, I'm gonna fucking talk on the phone, man. Fuck. I wanted to play a video game after school, and I'm gonna talk on the goddamn phone for an hour. But I remember there was this one chick that I used to talk to, and I had like nothing to talk about with this girl, so I would just be like, oh, so when we hang out, we're gonna make out, right? And she's like, yeah, we're gonna make out. I'm like, and then I can like kind of suck on your tits, and she's like, yeah, you can suck on my tits. And I'd be like, I'm like, well, and then can I like lick your pussy too? I'm like, yeah, you can lick my pussy. And then I'd be like, and you're gonna suck my dick? Yeah, I'll suck your dick. Like a little 12-year-old girl and shit. I'm like, so then I can put it in your butthole too, huh? Yeah, you can put it in my butthole. And like, we just go over this, and then like, I like run out of ideas of like what to fucking say. So like, so I could put it in your butthole then, right? You confirmed this, right? Yeah, we can do it. And then like, of course, when the time comes, like nothing ever happened. But
yeah.
It was just like, I remember just like, we had like so much phone sex like at like 12 years old that like I almost like got bored with it. I was just like, okay, well, yeah, I've already because
then you realize like talk is fucking cheap. Go out and meet a woman, fucking stick in her butt, whatever. It's you know, if you go out and do a little bit of work, you can get away with so much more, you know.
And I think maybe even the dad or something, or maybe the parents like eavesdropped on it, because I remember finally like the same chick that I'm talking about, we made plans, like it was like summer vacation, so it's like, okay, you know, my parents go to work at this time, so come on over there. So I mean, this is like summer vacation, so I was up late playing video games and shit. And then I actually set my alarm early on a fucking like weekday during the summer break. Like, why? You know, because this chick wanted to hang out, and like I was supposedly gonna do all this shit to her. So I get up all fucking early and like tired as fuck, even though it's like 10 in the morning, but I'm still like tired as fuck. So I remember I was like skateboarding up there, and then I see that like the dad, like, you know, walking out the door, going and getting in his car and shit, pulls out of the driveway and then takes off. I'm like, cool, here we go, you know. So this is back when I had a pager, so like, you know, page codes, like okay, she put some little page code, he's gone or something, you know?
Yeah.
With numbers, you know? So I go and knock on the door, and she lets me in. And then we're sitting on the couch and shit, and I'm like, okay, here we go. You know, like I'm sitting on the couch next to her, and she has some random TV show on. And she's like wearing little booty shorts and shit. And I fucking like put my hand on her leg or something, like trying to be all like nonchalant. Even though like we all know why I'm fucking there. Why do we play the nonchalant shit, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
But as a kid, you're all fucking, you freeze. Oh fuck, no, I actually got to deliver, you know? So anyways, I have my hand on her leg, and I'm just like sitting here like, okay, all right, I'm gonna make the next move any minute now, you know? And like as soon as I'm like getting in, like leaning into like kiss her or get closer and shit, all of a sudden the fucking door opens up and the fucking dad comes in. Like I guess he forgot something. He like came back real quick, and I was only there for like 15 minutes.
Yeah.
And he like stops like dead in his tracks, like, Ashley, who is this? And she's, oh, he's just a friend. Like, well, he's got to go. And fucking, I remember he fucking like escorted me out, and I fucking left. But now that I'm thinking about it, like, as an adult, I just okay, see you later, Mr. Johnson, or whatever the fuck his name was. And then as soon as he leaves, just go back in the house. But because he had to go to work, dude, you got to go back to your slave job, man.
Yeah,
I had
exactly.
to be shit.
Being a kid, man, the beauty, it's just like, I'm gonna fuck your daughter, and what are you gonna do about it? Fucking quit your job? No, you're just gonna fucking work and know, you know?
Hey, go to work, because your daughter might get pregnant, and you have to pay her bills, okay? So,
Man, that's some good time shit, man. Even though I don't think I'd ever go back to that age, man, because you had to do too much bullshit. Now you meet a woman, and it's, you know, you're like, she's like, oh, you wanna hang out? And you're like, all right, yeah, let's hang out. And then you're like, yeah. So we're gonna fuck? Yeah, okay, cool. You wanna be in a relationship? No? Whatever, you fuck them a few more times than, like, most women. They wanna fucking date you and shit, and you just stop talking to them.
I'm thinking, like, you remember how much drama there was in high school over he said, she said bullshit? Imagine how fucking ridiculous it is now with fucking Facebook.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
so-and-so put in a relationship on her fucking wall. Did you see that? Did you see that? There's probably so much fucking drama with that. I'm fucking so glad I fucking deleted my Facebook shit. I mean, I still have it, but I deleted, like, all my friends off of it, and I just use it mainly as, like, as an admin for the like pages I got.
Yeah.
So all I do with my like page is just fucking spam my video content, you know? Or just, like, put that little update. Okay, working on the song, working on this, doing that.
Yeah.
You know? But, I don't know, Facebook, it just feels like fucking... I feel like you know what I feel like when I go on Facebook? I feel like I'm, like, going in the living room with, like, all my, like, close, intermediate family and just, like, fucking jerking off in front of them. That's what it feels like when I'm on Facebook now, you know? Like, it just feels like fucking exposing yourself at your worst. You know?
Yeah, like that's why I'm glad they're more than one social network. Like, Facebook, I put some shit, but I don't, like, put real fucked up shit, because I'm like, wow, if I put some real fucked up shit, Grandma's gonna see that. I don't want Grandma to know that I just, like, fucking am laughing about, like, sticking it in a chick's butt and not telling her before, you know, and making her cry.
Your grandma wants to know why you said fuck you on Facebook.
Yeah, exactly. Like, but then there's, like, Twitter, and Twitter's super fucked up, and I used to facilitate Twitter to, like, I'm just gonna follow people that are important to me. And I was like, fuck, Twitter's so boring. It's just a bunch of fucking chuckleheads talking about random shit. So I was like, alright, I'm just gonna start looking for, like, fucking hot chicks, so that in between all these, like, jerk-offs talking about bullshit, it's like, oh, alright, naked chick, some tits, oh, there's a pussy, whatever, you know? It definitely makes it more fun, because it's, you know.
Yeah, I used to follow people, like, celebrities and shit, but I'm like, you know what, I really just can't give a fuck about your bullshit, you know? Even if I like the celebrity, it's just like, all they're doing is just, like, promoting themselves, which, I mean, I'm guilty of, too.
Yeah.
But it's like, I feel like they're not even being personable about it. It's just like, you know, oh, I'm gonna be at this date, I'm gonna be at this date, and not on that date, I'm gonna be fucking here for that. Like,
yeah,
I'm fucking like, just like reading a fucking calendar or some shit, you know?
Yeah.
So I was like, you know, I'm not gonna follow anybody unless I know them personally. At least then I'll fucking be interested in what they have to say, you know?
Yeah.
But then I don't know, Twitter's a weird thing, because I'll get like these random follows from people, and they'll have like fucking one tweet. I'm like, where the fuck why is there tweet bots, dude? Like, what the fuck is going on here with that shit?
Or, like, the people that follow you, and then they're like, hey, follow me back. And you're like, why? What do you fucking contribute? And the only reason they do it is because they want to add a shitload of people and then de-add them so it looks like they're popular on Twitter. It's like, is that if that's your fucking imperative, like, if that's the most important thing to you, then maybe you gotta rethink some shit.
Like, oh, he's got his followers in the triple digits, dude. You gotta listen to this guy.
Yeah, exactly. like you become a fucking prophet, you know. But then if you follow like 100 people and you have like 10 followers, you're a goddamn pariah. But if you follow like 3 people and have like 10,000 followers, you're a goddamn prophet, you know.
Yeah, I only follow 3 people, and I know all 3 of them.
There we go.
So
I just follow the shit out of people now. It's just like, oh, okay.
I mean, I'll keep tabs. I mean, I'll check. I wonder what he's up to or she's up to. I'll check once in a while on certain celebrities, just like curious. But I can't follow them like every day because a lot of them tweet too fucking much, dude.
Yeah.
Like fuck, dude. Like you look at some of these people and it's like every fucking 10 minutes another fucking tweet.
Yeah.
Like, I just don't want to be flooded with fucking every goddamn thought in their head, you know?
Yeah, and like I've had Twitter for like 3.5 years, and I was like, oh, I have like 6,000 or something, like 6,000 tweets, and then I follow people that have had Twitter for like a year, and they have like 89,000.
Damn.
And I'm like, fuck, you could write a goddamn novel. You could write like a trilogy of novels if you spent the time you spent like writing back, like, oh yeah, talk to you later, or like trying to like hit on chicks that live in different states to have them send you pictures of their fucking pussy or some shit, you know?
That's gonna be the future, dude. Like people are gonna write books, like, oh, I published a book this year, and it's just gonna be like a fucking like manuscript of all their fucking tweets and shit. Chapter 1, you know,
Yeah.
what I thought about this, what I thought about that. I mean, fuck, if someone types that much, like you might as well like fuck make some money off of that.
Yeah, might as well do something other than just, yeah.
To me, like, you know, 1, 2, maybe 3 tweets in a day, that's good enough, dude. Like, it's nice to know that someone's alive on their fucking feed, but, like, to me, like, more than, like, 3, and, I mean, unless you have, like, fucking back-to-back very important shit to fucking say, which most people don't. Most people are like, oh, got my hair did. You know?
Yeah, got a haircut today. Went to Target, and they had a lot of good stuff, but I didn't want to spend that much money, you know? Like, it's always this fucked up like minutia that no one gives a shit about, but for some reason in online culture people get through the shit that's important to them and spend so much time on the internet they get to the point where they don't give a fuck if what they're reading about or what they're hearing about is important anymore. They just want to be that sense of voyeurism has grown so much that people just they need to be looking at something from outside, you know? Like, back in the day, the people that fucking listened to people's conversations and watched people from a distance, those people were fucking weird. Now that's fucking everyone, even normal people, you know? It's like, oh, I'm a normal person. Oh, is that why you have a Twitter account and you follow fucking Kim Kardashian and, you know, Kanye West and all these people? No, you're doing that because you're sitting outside. You want to be outside their window, looking in, fucking beating off. And the closest you can get now is Twitter, so that's what people do. It's fucked now.
One of the main reasons why I was like, you know what, fuck Facebook, is because like I'd put like I'd link a story about a legitimate thing that the government's doing for fucking that's gonna hinder people's rights, or I'd post like an actual piece of art, you know, musically that I've done or something, and I get like 1 like. But if I put a status that, like, of a little kitty cat with a yarn ball or some shit, I get fucking 47 likes. And fucking 20 people talking about how cute it is and shit. I'm just like,
yeah,
this is retarded, dude. Like, why am I even fucking on this network? To me, like, you're supposed to be networking with people, trying to like make things happen. I don't want to just like network with people that just want to sit around and fucking judge people's lives and shit, you know?
Yeah.
And like, oh, she's got kids. Oh, she looks fat now. Oh, you know, that's all people do on that shit. So that's why I'm like, you know what? To me, it's lost its artistic integrity, if there ever was any.
Yeah.
You know, I feel like on MySpace, at least, like if you click on someone's page, like, oh, this chick's kind of a fucking nutcase. She's got fucking a bright pink background with fucking bottles of booze all over it. This chick looks like a good time, you know. You can kind of like get a judgment of not a judgment, but an idea of like what kind of person this person may be, you know. A little bit of a little flair of like what their personality is like. Now it's like a fucking government fucking DMV fucking application with someone's photo and shit, you know. That's what it felt like.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're down to like 4 minutes here. So is there any like plugs that you got that you want to do?
I got jack and shit. So there we go.
You don't want anyone. You don't want anyone following your Twitter.
Nah,
all the millions of people. That
yeah, exactly. At Evan Velez. There we go. That was difficult.
At Evan Velez on Twitter. Do you have an Instagram?
Nope.
I actually got on the Instagram bandwagon. I haven't posted anything yet, but it appealed to me just because I like making Photoshop type shit. Yeah. So I was thinking, like, if I don't mind communicating with people, but if I'm gonna do it, I want to do it in like ways that's gonna make them think. Whether it's just like a random image or some weird fucking shit, where I fucking at least did some sort of artistic attributes to it, you know? Yeah.
Instagram to me would just be, how many times could I get people to look at pictures of my dick but not have them know that it's my dick? You know, like.
Yeah. You could, I don't know, paint it a different color or something.
Yeah, hide it in like a bowl of fruit or just trick people.
There's actually this dude that reminds me of what you just said with the Fruit Loops thing. This dude made a bowl of spaghetti and he put his fucking balls in it. And he took a picture and put it on Facebook. And then like all these people that he knows, like, oh, that looks delicious. And, like, it was right there, and he was like showing everyone, like, look what I posted on my Facebook wall, and fucking, it was hilarious, dude. People, I don't know how. First of all, I don't know how you put your balls in a picture without your dick in the way. I know there's like a technique to like twist it around or something, but
people, you know, where there's a will, there's a way, and people will get creative as fuck to trick people. I know that, you know, we're all guys. We've done creative shit to trick women. You know,
I've been trying to convince them for years that my dick is the most delicious thing they've ever tasted. Yep. Doesn't seem to work though.
Doesn't seem to work. But I mean, this is gonna sound really fucked up, but one of the simple joys in life is knowing that you can make a woman cry and not feel bad about it.
Yeah. I mean, all you gotta do is go boo, and they fucking cry, dude.
Yeah.
Chicks are always gonna cry. But like Tom Hanks said, there's no crying in baseball. There's no crying in this relationship. So if you're crying, you're out.
Exactly.
But I want to thank you guys for being in this podcast, even though Steve's like in his zone over there. What are you doing over there?
He's looking at cows right now.
What are you doing?
Been staring at cows for like 20 minutes.
Staring at cows, huh?
I'm hungry.
Speaking of cows, I'm gonna get a fucking cow killed and eat it. It's gonna be delicious.
Were you editing video over there?
Yeah. I'm trying to do a quick edit for the wedding video thing for your cousin.
You know what's funny? This is like such a comic book nerd moment for me, but when I was watching the wedding on the camera, you know, I was zooming in on like Marissa and Eric, and the whole time I was just thinking of like Cyclops and Jean Grey and their wedding and shit. And I was just like, I don't know why, it just reminded me of that shit. But yeah, I think this podcast is slowly winding down here.
Yeah, definitely.
We're down to a minute left, so I'm gonna end this podcast with a second thank you to you guys. No, I want to say this podcast is brought to you by Elvis on Acid Music. At the very beginning here, you hear that theme song. That's all courtesy of Elvis on Acid, which just happens to be me, Jimbo Trashy. So no surprise there. And the great makers of Johnny Walker whiskey, helping us get through this day. Thank you, Lord, for all your alcoholic encouragement, and thank you, Lord, for all the plagues in society to make us vent for fucking an hour here today.
Yeah.
And yeah. See you next time on the Jimbo Trashy podcast, where everything is a conspiracy. Even you are a conspiracy. See ya.